Welcome back to the Tony Valenti Show. This is Tony Valenti.
And Timmy G.
We're going to talk about some stuff. I think I want to start off today with, let's talk about this guy, Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe Biden.
Creepy Sleepy Joe?
Sleepy Joe. He was on a show, a radio talk show. This guy by the name of, what was his name? King?
I don't know. Who?
Charlotte's
No,
Web?
Don Cornelius?
He was on Don Cornelius from Soul Train. No.
No.
I think that was actually not Don. That was actually Don, the other Don, the guy
From
Don
the
Corleone. That's what he was on.
From the Godfather?
He was on the Godfather show. Now I remember.
I think his name was Charlemagne or something like that.
He was a charlatan.
Anyway,
charlatan. That was what he.
I don't know, man. But this guy Biden, the supposedly Democratic nominee, this guy's cracked up. Did you listen to
we're not supposed to go one way or the other. So
I think he's cracked out.
he maybe not be all what he's cracked up to be, but we don't take any sides on this show. We're
I don't know.
I get kicked in the side a lot.
Sometimes we have to take a side, because.
But
this guy's cracked out, man.
So what Biden said today was this guy Charlemagne or charlatan, I forget what his name is. He was asking Biden, what he thought about the election. And
he didn't know who he was going to vote for.
He said, if you guys don't know, meaning the public, if you don't know whether you're going to vote for Trump or you're going to vote for me, then you ain't black.
Well, he actually said that on the air.
You ain't black. He has to put the word "ain't" in there.
Because you ain't kidding me right now, right?
Because that's how he talks.
No,
he ain't fooling you.
Man, this guy's
he ain't jiving you, brother.
So
that's full show.
Why would he say something like that? Is this guy out of touch or what? I mean, the Democratic main voting bloc is the African American people,
right? They're part of it.
Yeah,
they're not the main.
Well,
part
they're
of it.
one of the main. Why would he say something like that? Is this guy? What's
That's why
wrong with him?
Well, he's in his basement.
He lives in his mom's basement.
He's in his.
He lives in his mom's basement.
He's a little older, shall we say?
I don't know.
He doesn't have total control of his senses. He's a little. He has. What does he have? It's not Alzheimer's. It's. He's a little.
Dementia? You think he has dementia?
He's like almost 80, 75,
what if this guy
80 years old, 77.
What if this guy wins? He could win.
He could win. Well, if he wins, he wins.
So
one thing about America is the people are going to decide that. So
yeah,
if the people decide, I'm not voting either way. I'm in the middle. So
I can't believe he said something like that, though. It's really how out of touch are these people, man?
It was like a slip, it was a typo.
Well,
type
that's
of thing.
what he probably really meant. He was, he didn't have that filter in his head because when you have dementia, you don't filter your thoughts.
Well, I don't think you should tell.
You don't have too many.
I don't
thoughts.
think you should tell black people that they ain't black.
Right, that's not happening.
We let them decide who they are. Anyway, it was an error. I heard that he apologized for it on the way to the studio today.
I haven't heard anything.
He better apologize for that.
I mean, yeah,
because that doesn't do him any good.
No, that's just.
He needs to say something nice if he wants to get elected. He's the favorite right now, so he's ahead of Trump.
Those polls don't matter. Those polls they're not accurate. Those polls, like last time, they had Trump not winning. Oh, no way, is Trump going to win? And look, at the end,
Trump won.
He
Well,
won.
like I said, I'm not one left. I'm not right. I try not to do that on the show. Whatever I think personally is up to me.
Did you hear
it's
about
nothing that I espouse on the radio?
Trump announced that he was popping the Harlequin.
No.
No what?
It wasn't Harley Quinn, you dumbass.
No,
it's chloroquine.
I would be popping Harlequin.
You would be popping it. She's a fictitious character in a comic book. You got to be careful about this.
No, I think
the engineer just looked at me like I think he
Hydroxyharlequin.
was popping Stormy Daniels, but not hydroxychloroquine. I see our engineer has a gun. He's going to shoot us just in case anything happens. Yeah, he says yes. Of course, we are being facetious, but anyway.
But I'm pretty sure it was.
So he's popping hydroxychloroquine on the advice of not Harley Quinn, on the advice of his doctor.
Of course. You think he's just taking it? Just to take it?
Well, I know.
Come on.
Well, they say he's been drinking bleach, but I think he doesn't drink. So.
It's not like you can get that on street drugs or anything like that. You
can get that in the hood, baby. Yeah. Hydroxychloroquine, man.
I think you can get a Harlequin.
You can get a Harley in general, yeah.
Oh man.
So we got this guy, Mayor Garcetti of Los Angeles, who.
You were telling
I kind of like him.
This.
I'm really hard on Gruesome Newsom. I actually like Newsom. I think he's a good guy. He doesn't always, go to the side that I want him to, but he's actually a good guy. But Garcetti Garcetti, you got to go, brother. You got to step down. What you said the other day insulted me. When you said the other day, within the last week, you said that there are businesses that are opening that are not supposed to open.
And there's not much that can insult you. So
There's not much, except for you. You insult me all the time. You're annoying, which is the problem.
well, that's my job.
I don't know why I'm doing this show with you at all.
We've been friends for 30 years. I hate you.
I hate you more than you hate me, just so you know. I want to go on record as that. I don't have any friends, especially you. I'd rather be friends with the homeless people.
Anyway.
There's ducks outside the studio, but that's another story.
Anyway, Garcetti is a punk.
So what Garcetti
sure.
said the other day was, he said, if you are opening your business on the sly, that is selfish. You are being selfish.
Shellfish?
Shell shock. You are being selfish, okay? For you, now, how can a person in their right mind tell me that somebody is selfish for opening their business when they're trying to feed their kids? Trying to feed your kids is selfish. Trying to feed your pets, your dog, which is like a family member, that's selfish? Excuse me? What the hell are you talking about, Garcetti?
And what if
you need to step your down?
What
you
if
got to go, man.
Yeah, what if you have to pay your medical insurance? You have a medical issue, and you have to pay your medical insurance.
Is Garcetti going to come and pay for you?
Yeah, what's going on there?
Is he going to come and pay your house payments?
He's
going to pay your rent?
He said he would. He said he would make sure that everybody was taken care of. Well, guess what? If you're not going to allow me to open up my business, you're selfish.
I think Garcetti is being selfish because I don't know what the mayor's salary is, but I assure you it's not $10 an hour. It's not a minimum wage. He should he should step down or give his salary away. How would he feel if they took away his money?
He'd still be okay.
How would he feel?
He'd still be okay. He's got plenty of money.
He's got plenty of money. Well, I don't know that, but anyway, I'm offended by that. For anybody to tell me that I'm selfish because I want to feed my family, that is not selfish. Selfish is not feeding your family. Anyway, I'll leave Garcetti alone. He's almost as annoying as some people in the studio here.
But that's my job. I actually do my job very well.
Yes, you do, unfortunately. Let's go on a lighter note, though I think we should stay on a harder note, but that's another story. Nobody wants to hear light stuff. We want to hear some hardcore stuff. But anyway, Donald Trump said something about churches. What did he say?
He said that he's telling all the governors, hey, man, churches are an essential business. Open them up. If you don't, he's going to override you.
Yay.
But
hallelujah, Jesus, as we say.
The governors haven't came back with an answer yet. So I wonder what the problem is there.
Well, there's going to be some obstinate, stubborn governors who are going to say, well, you can open church over my dead body because the liquor store is essential, but the church is not. The weed shop, the pot shop is essential because weed is essential and liquor is essential, but God is non-essential.
That's because the government wants you drunk and stoned.
Yeah.
The government wants you because you're you're easier to control. You know, as long as you're drunk and stoned, but heaven forbid that you believe in God and some positive things. You know, you were talking to me earlier today about the positive things that's going on.
There are some positive things, but nobody's focused on them. We're focused on the concept that God is non-essential. That's BS.
I know a lot of
straight up BS in America. That violates the separation between church and state. It's pure BS.
That's one of the things
BS,
this country,
by the way, stands for
that's
bad
one of the
stuff.
things this country was founded on, separation of church and state. And the governors better, because Trump has come out and said, hey,
he's overridden it.
This is enough.
Yeah.
This is enough with that.
Well, he has the final say. He can override basically what the governors say. He has the right to do that, and I hope the churches do open, and I hope that the churches do exercise. I'm sure they will. The social distancing, the masks.
Of course,
we have to do the.
Of course,
common sense. The people that run churches are not stupid. They know what coronavirus is.
Right. They realize what biblical plagues are. Right? I mean, come on. They're not going to have a service where people are going to be harmed and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense. But Tony, you know, about this reopening the state, you know.
I think we should reopen the state. I think we should reopen every damn thing that we have. You know, don't tell, like I said, and I know I harp on it. I don't see how Walmart is not as essential. The liquor store is essential. The weed shop is essential. But my business is non-essential? Non-essential is like a unicorn. It doesn't exist.
You know,
Bull.
there's some businesses that are opening anyway. They don't care. One of those businesses was the in Norco.
Yes.
The original Pancake House.
Oh my God, that place is
in
so good.
Norco opened up. The county of
Last Saturday.
Riverside. The county of Riverside knows, and they were saying, "Oh well, okay," but the state
Said no.
said we don't want that, and the county supervisor said that if the state comes in and does whatever they do, the county can't help you out. So they warned the owner, "Hey, we're okay with you opening, but the state may not be." And guess what? The state's not okay with
That
it.
makes no sense. There's so many rules that are like dichotomies. Like you can have a pot shop and it's okay to sell pot and it's legal and it's recreational. It's anything you want. However, I didn't say it's recreational. It's for recreational use. However, federally, it's illegal. This country, we got to get all on one page. I know we got 50 states and we have 50 million, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million different points of view. But somehow, some way, we got to get on the same damn page in this country.
Right. You know, people came from all over, an hour drive to come to this Pancake House to wait 2 hours, and this is not a very inexpensive breakfast. I mean,
It's a high-end breakfast.
It-
Pancakes are $80 a piece. So a hot stack is like, I wonder what spent $9,000. I got pancakes. That's all I got. But it's very good. It was worth the $9,000. I will say that.
Absolutely. We've been there before.
Yes, and actually, in all fairness, I would like to say if you like pancakes, you're anywhere in the Inland Empire, you should go to this international.
The original
Pancake House.
in
It's
Norco.
over on Milliken. Is it Hamner?
Hamner. It's on Hamner.
Fantastic, top of the line.
You
should go there, and we'd like to send them some business because we support small business.
Absolutely.
They are essential. They're damn essential, just like we all are. Damn it.
And one of the customers said it was good just to go out and enjoy a breakfast in a restaurant sitting down. Yet we haven't been able to do that for 60 something days now.
Almost 7 days. The simple pleasures, that's one thing that this coronavirus is teaching me. It's teaching me to really appreciate and love what we have in this country. Just being able to do simple things like going to a restaurant. I would go to a restaurant just to go to the restaurant. I mean, honestly, I'm a restaurant person. I would go there, sit down, have a cup of coffee, have a sandwich, and you take it for granted. We take so much in life for granted.
Absolutely.
So much.
And so we're still kind of locked down.
We're totally locked down.
As opposed to Sweden, who never locked down, but right now they have a surge in the death rate.
Went up to 3,600, something like that.
3,700 people have died in Sweden, but
never had a lockdown.
In the last month, they've had more deaths in the last month than they had in 19 years.
Wow, that's a big deal.
In 1 month.
So for a little while there, they were doing good. It looks like they were having the herd immunity or herd mentality, whatever one you want to call it.
I heard of that.
And then now it sounds like they're reaping the rewards of that decision, if you want to call it rewards.
As opposed to their counterparts, their Scandinavian. What's that word?
You moron. Scandinavian
countries like Norway and their death tolls are not even in the 500s.
I'm glad that they did it in one way, that they did not have any lockdown of any kind. It kind of let the rest of the world see what could happen, could become of that. But obviously, it was not the right decision.
Yeah. Well, on their defense, 90% of those deaths were people over 70 and in rest homes and stuff like that. So as far as the population itself of the younger people, I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I
want to talk to that issue about that.
I know you do. But
as soon as you stop annoying me,
90% of the deaths were elderly, and they had other conditions that caused that to be
right.
worse.
So if you're under 70 years old, you're a teenager, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. Don't think that just because older people are more likely to die, that you can't pass on this disease. You could be asymptomatic. You don't even know you're sick, and you could give it to your mom, your dad,
Grandma.
your uncle, your grandfather.
Somebody.
So we can't don't let young people can't have a pass to think, oh, it's not going to get me. It may not get you, but you may give it to somebody else, and that's the point. Talk about selfish. That's where the word selfish should be used. If it's used anywhere.
Absolutely.
I got a hallelujah and an amen from the choir in the back.
Well, so Newsom, I hear, is going to loosen up the restrictions in 53 of the 58 counties in California.
How nice of him. He's going to loosen up restrictions in 53 of the 58 counties.
Yeah.
By the way, he's only loosening up restrictions where there's no people, just cows. That's about it. Now, in the counties where there's people,
So Norco's
they ain't
good.
loosening a damn thing. In the counties where there's people. L.A. County, not loosening it. Whatever the San Francisco, I don't know what county it is it's in, but they ain't loosening it there. Sacramento, we ain't loosening it there. But in the other 57, 53 of 58, whatever, 93% of them, where the cows are, you're cool. Do your thing.
So, he had certain benchmarks that he wanted to hit. So
No dead people for 2 weeks.
Then he said, nope, dead people for 2 weeks.
No dead people.
No counties. No, even got close.
Only China could have that statistic, by the way.
So he changed that again, and then he changed it again. So now, how many marks can we fit on a bench? I don't. Mark Cuban, Marky Mark,
Mark Anthony. He's go pretty far back.
Skid Mark. I don't know how many marks.
Skid Row.
How many marks can you fit on a bench?
I don't know, man.
They threw all that out. They just threw it all out. Said, okay, we're going to eliminate all that because no way was that ever going to work.
Well, guess what, Garcetti, my favorite guy on the planet who should step down today, should say, you know what, he should at least apologize for that comment about the selfishness. But gruesome, we go back to Garcetti. Garcetti, he's a pain in, you know what, to me.
I know,
to my mind.
I know you're really upset.
I hate
we
that
were
guy.
talking
I
about
gotta
this
say.
earlier, and there was a lot of
He's arrogant. He's arrogant. That's the word.
Expletives that you use. We won't say them on the air, but you know
we
what?
can't say them on here. Our engineer will make sure. The engineer has a gun, and it's pointed right at us. Thank God there's no bullets in it at the moment. He's got one in his pocket, though. I seen the Andy Griffith show. I know. He's got a picture of Barney Fife up on the wall next to Guns N' Roses.
So Gavin, Mr. Newsom, Tony says your hair is getting a little long.
Yes, and you know what? I think I recall Gavin Newsom saying he was not going to get a haircut. I think he's really trying to. He's following the rules.
No. He's not even in California, dude.
He's not even a human.
What are you talking about?
But I saw him on the air the other day, and he was talking, and he moved his head a little bit to the left, and I looked back there, and he's got either a dead rat or a ponytail on the back of his head. I hope it's not a dead rat.
I think it's a dead rat.
Because he probably got a...
But he's not even in California. He's hanging out in Montana at his wife's beautiful ranch out there. Social distancing in California is what?
Well, 6 feet in California, but unless you're the governor, then it's 6 states. You got to be... he wants to stay away from the coronavirus.
Yeah, man.
But he hasn't got a haircut. I will say that for real. And I think I think he mentioned that he's not going to get one until the salons are open.
Isn't Montana one of them states that didn't shut down, so he can do whatever he wants in Montana?
He could say
people there anyway.
He could say he went to Supercuts. It's possible.
Yeah, he better go buy a hat.
It comes with the hat.
Oh man.
So what do we got next?
There was some researchers saying that the stimulus check that they got
it was not very stimulating, by the way.
Yeah, that most of the people have enough money, average everyday people have enough money to last 3 months and from today.
Now that is BS, because I'll tell you why. A couple months, within the last, probably about 6 months ago, there was a major article. It was on all the news channels. It was on CNN. It was on Fox. It was on MSNBC and all those guys. And they said that if there was an emergency in America at that time, 6 months ago, that the average American did not have $400 to their name in cash. $400. If there was an emergency, they needed to spend some money, they were screwed. So now you're telling me you're changing the rule, and you're saying how long now? You're saying the average American has enough money for how many? For 3 months?
Yeah, they said for 3 months.
You know what it costs to live in California for 3 months?
They made a addition to that, that's their savings. If they use their savings and other
Their
investments,
maybe their credit cards.
meaning their credit card or whatever, the universities that came up with this, University of Chicago was one of them. You're a Chicagoan.
Yes, sir.
So
I parked my car in the garage.
So I don't know where they're getting this idea that that's going to be covered.
Do you have any idea the average cost to be alive in California? If you think about it, you have an average mortgage payment or a rent payment of close to around $2,000, like in the greater LA County.
Yeah.
So you're looking at around $4,000 a month for a family to pay your gas, to pay your insurance, to pay your car, to pay your payments. You're looking at 4 G's. So 3 months, that's 12 G's. $12,000.
I think they're looking through the world through rose-colored glasses, because I tell you what, man, the second round of stimulus, they need to hurry up and do this, but I'm telling you, there's so much fat in that bill. It's going to take a long time before that we get any more money from
the U.S. government doesn't hurry up and do anything. Just like they told us we were going to
hurry up and wait.
We were going to get this. Was it either the stimulus or the SBA? I forget which one.
All of
we were
them.
going to get them in 3 days.
No,
Do you recall that?
Never happened. Took you 7 weeks.
By the way, our first show here at KCAA Radio, this wonderful, lovely, fantastic radio station. It's a great station here. Everybody should be listening to it. Turn off all your other channels. Just listen to KCAA because it's the straight stuff here.
See you next time on the Tony Valente Show, and we're out of here.